So, good morning. Happy Friday, people. I hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful start to the weekend. For those of you who have been back to work for the last 2 days, what was the point? Seriously, why do they send people back to work on a Thursday to then have Friday in and then have the weekend off? Genuinely never understood that one. Arsenal do have a game on Monday. We're playing Leeds United in the FA Cup. Mikel Arteta has done his press conference. He did that yesterday. I will be streaming my reaction to that at 5 o'clock this evening. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Also, don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And go and follow my Instagram and my Facebook. Both links are in the description. We're that close to 10k now. So if you could get me to 10k on Insta, that would be mad love. But we're going to speak about two defenders today. The first one is Nathan Ake. Now, he is a Bournemouth player. He used to be a Chelsea player. And Chelsea have got first refusal on a deal for around £40 million. Now, Arsenal are in for him as well. We understand from the press conference, from the reports that came out yesterday, Callum Chambers is going to be out for at least 6 months. He's done a ligament injury. And that's kind of sad news, really, because he's been playing really, really well recently. And, you know, it's just a shame to see just a nothing challenge end up in a 6 to 9 month injury. And why is it always our defenders that go down? Why is it always the defenders that are the players that end up having the long injuries? Remember Bellerin, Holding, Tierney now, and now Callum Chambers as well. It's like we've got a major defensive crisis on top of a defensive crisis. So it's not great, is it? But we are in for Nathan Ake. £40 million is the fee. I would buy him just like that. Go and do it. Go and get him in. I think that I think he's got every attribute to kick on and push up the table with teams. I think the fact that he's been at Bournemouth so long has helped him get that Premier League experience. Not that that counts for a great deal. We've seen players go from one Premier League club to the next and flop, so that's not necessarily the best thing to have. It's not essential, but I think it does help. And the fact that he'll have Socrates and Louise, experienced players around him, that'll help him as well. But £40 million, when you think in the grand scheme of things, in today's market is not a massive amount of money. And especially when it's only £5 million more than we actually spent on Shkodran Mustafi. So I think that's a no-brainer. I think we've got to get that one done. And I think that, you know, he's got every attribute, like I said. He's quick, he's strong. He can win headers as well for somebody who's not massive in terms of height. And he can run out the back with the ball. His positioning is pretty good, and let's be real, he's not playing for the greatest club in the Premier League, and he always puts in a 7 or 8 out of 10 every single week, or every time I've watched him anyway. Any Bournemouth fans that are watching this this video, do let me know what your thoughts are on Nathan Ake, because I'm sure that you guys will be gutted if he leaves, more so than if Ryan Fraser left, or Callum Wilson, or somebody like that, because he has been a mainstay in your team pretty much since he's been there. And I think he's gone up levels since he's got there as well. So yeah, we're gonna battle that one out with Chelsea. Like I said, they do have the first refusal on him. Obviously, he was their player. He came through their academy, and they ended up getting rid, like they do with 99.99% of their youth team. They get rid of them. They make a massive profit on them, and then they go and invest that in a tried and tested player. But they have made mistakes down the years. De Bruyne, Salah, maybe Lukaku, and Nathan Ake. There's 4 players I've named straight away that could walk into Chelsea's team straight away. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, let's move on to another centre-back, and that is Jerome Boateng. Now, when I see the story breaking last night, I was like, really? Really? Like, genuinely, we want this guy? I'm still baffed. I am baffled. Apparently, the fee is £12.8 million, which, again, is relatively cheap. We've done £8 million on David Luiz, so our centre-backs would cost £20 million. It's probably a short-term stopgap. The fact that Callum Chambers is out, the fact that Holding is just back from injury, then got injured again, the fact that Socrates and Louise aren't the greatest, maybe Arteta's going, look, let's go with them, let's go with these, Ake and Boateng. The fact that Mavropanos is nowhere near good enough to play for Arsenal, the fact that our defensive crisis goes from bad to worse. I think that when I first see it, I was a little bit, whoa, Jerome Boateng. Listen, he's got loads of experience. He's won 7 titles at Bayern Munich. but he's knocking on. He's getting towards the end of his career. He would bring in a wealth of experience. He'd come in and instantly be the most successful player at the football club. I think that's a given. He's won absolutely everything, literally everything. So when I then evaluated it and looked at it again, I thought, you know what, for 12 million quid, we could do a lot worse, especially when that's maybe Aubameyang's salary for the year, and we're just going to pay that to get Boateng in. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing bringing him in. What I am concerned about is the fact that this league is unforgiving, and his legs have been gone for a while, and he's not been the greatest centre-back for a while. He was an absolutely top-draw centre-back back in the day. But the last couple of years, he has fallen from grace. You can see he's an aging centre-back. You can see he's an aging footballer. And I'm not so sure that this is a deal that we should be getting done. I don't know. I'm a bit confused by it, if I'm honest. One part of me says, yes, do it. The other part of me says, no, it's not going to work out. And if we're going to bring him in as cover, and we're going to go with Socrates, and we're going to go with Louise, which I think is what Arteta wants to do, would Boateng be happy coming in and sitting on the bench? I don't know. Would he be happy coming in, sitting and playing Europa League when he's been playing Champions League for the whole time he's been at Bayern Munich? So it's a lot of things to look at and a lot of things to go through. But Arsenal have tabled a bid, and we are in negotiations with him. That's coming out of Sky Sports Germany. And yeah, it's all looking like we're going to get Jerome Boateng right now. Obviously, these things change very quickly, but it all leads to Jerome Boateng being an Arsenal player. What I want you guys to do is leave it in the comments section and let me know your thoughts on it. And tell me whether you think he'd be any good for Premier League. Like I said, the Bundesliga, he plays in the best team. They win it every single year, pretty much. And there's not really any competition out there anymore. I know Leipzig are up there. I know Dortmund, etc., etc. Schalke maybe. Every now and again they fly up the table and they drop again. But in terms of tested every single week, no. Over here it'd be tested every single week. And over here it'd be tested against the likes of Teemu Pukki, who is a Norwich player and they're bottom of the table. He would be tested against that. If you put Bayern Munich up against the bottom of the league bottom of the table in Germany, he ain't getting tested. That's a comfortable 6-0. So I struggle to see whether he would actually be any good. If he's coming in as a backup, like I said, then yeah, it could be an option. But I don't know. Listen, leave that in the comment section as well. Like I said, I am going to be doing the press conference reaction. I'm going to be streaming that at 5 o'clock this evening on the channel. So come and check that out. Mikel Arteta, he spoke about Aubameyang. He spoke about Granit Xhaka as well. So I'm going to watch the press conference in a minute that was taking place yesterday. Going to go through what he said. I'm going to make some notes on it. Make sure I don't forget what I want to talk about. Then I'm going to stream that at 5 o'clock. I will also be back at 9 o'clock this evening as well. And yeah, going forward into the game on Monday, I will not be doing a watch-along for that game, sadly. That is the only game this season that I will not be doing a watch-along for. I've already made other plans. A little bit gutted that I can't do it because I do enjoy doing the watch-alongs. But yeah, sadly, I will not be doing a watch-along for this game. But it will be interesting to see if Eddie Nketiah plays. Like I said yesterday, he's been recalled from Leeds United. I would love it. I would love it, as Kevin Keegan once said. I would love it if he scores against them. That would be great. And then whipped up his shirt and run around. That would be class. But listen, I will be back later, like I said. Go follow the socials. They're all in the description, especially my Instagram and especially my Facebook. But until 5 o'clock, all have a wonderful, wonderful Friday, whatever it is you're doing today. It is the weekend, so football's back again. And I will be back again at 5 o'clock. Laters, peeps.